Hello there, welcome to video 2. Let's get this thing done, wrapped up, and in the book here. I just got a couple select questions I want to do here for you. Let's do number 7 together here. 1/4 p minus 6 equals -8. Let's draw that line down the middle of the page. That's telling us to keep those two sides separated. Do to one side as you do into the other, and undo the addition or subtraction first. So this is, let's go ahead and go boom, boom, plus -6. It's minus 6. So we're going to add 6. That's the opposite to both sides. We're going to add positive 6 because we have -6. That 0 pairs out, and we are left with 1/4 times p on that side. Put that equal sign in there, and then add 6 to the other side. -8 plus 6, what's that? -2. You got 8 reds and 6 blues. Right there. Here you have a fraction, 1/4 times p. So remember what we learned, that we can multiply by the reciprocal or multiplied by that bottom number there. That 4 cancels out, but you have to be sure to do that to the other side. I got a little bit ahead of myself. I multiplied by 4 and I multiplied by 4. -2 times 4 on this side is -8. And then this, that's 1 times 1 is p. That's 1p. Okay, p is equal to -8. And there we have the answer to number 7. There you got it. I'm going to skip number 8, and I'm going to move on to number 9 right here. -1/2 r minus 12 equals -27. So I've got a subtraction there and a negative there. It'd be a pretty smart thing to go boom, boom right there. That's plus -12. Put the line down the middle. All right, we've changed that subtraction to addition. So I want to undo the addition, right? It's adding -12. So I'm going to add positive 12. It's like subtract. It was subtract. It's the same thing as plus negative. I'm going to add 12 to both sides. All right. Mistake alert right here. Make sure you realize you have 27 negatives and 12 positives. You put those together and you get -15 on that side. Don't forget your equal sign. You still have this on that side, so bring that down. -1/2 r. -1/2 r is equal to -15. All right, I have -1/2 times r, so it's a fraction, so I'm going to multiply that by that bottom number. And since it's a negative, I'm going to multiply by a negative number here. A negative times a negative is positive, and this 2 and this 2 cancel out. That leaves me 1r on that side is equal to, all right, if I multiply that times -2, I'm going to multiply that times -2. -15 times -2 is 30. 1r is equal to 30. And there we have it. Now, just to show you that we can check this, and I'm going to show you how to do that. -1/2 r, I'm going to take the original equation, but instead of r, I'm going to go times the answer that I got, which was 30, minus 12, and I'm going to see if that comes out to be -27. Well, the order of operations says to multiply first. -1/2 times 30, think of half of 30, right? What's half of 30? It's 15. But it's -15 because it's a negative times a positive, minus 12. All right, if I take -15 plus -12, add those together, guess what that equals? -27, which is exactly what we had at the beginning right there. Okay, let's move on down to number 11. Actually, you know what? I'm going to skip number 11 because I feel like I'm doing the same question over and over. You would just add 5, and then you'd multiply by a -8, and you'd have the solution right there. So let's look at this last group right here because there's a couple things a little bit different, but not a big deal. -7 minus 8d equals 17. So before we do anything here, we've got to change that to plus negative right there to remember that that 8d is negative. All right, because I often have students add 7 to this and then take the negative sign away because it's subtracting the 8d. All right, put the line down the middle. We are going to add 7 to both sides. That eliminates that 7 right there, and it leaves me with -8d on this side is equal to 24. -8 divided by -8, because it's -8, we're going to divide by negative because we have to use the same number there. That gives me 1d. -8 divided by -8. Anything divided by itself is 1. That's equal to 24 divided by -8 is -3. And that's the answer. If we were going to check it, we'd put it right in there. We'd take negative 8 times negative 3, which is 24, add negative 7 to it, and you'd have 17 right there. All right, last one, I'm going to skip over to number 15 and work that out. If you want to hit pause and try it, see if you can get it before I do, or before you watch it, that would be awesome. But I'm going to just keep on talking here. I'm going to divide my equation into two sides, and I'm going to add negative 1 because we want to get rid of that 1 right there, or subtract 1. Do the same thing to both sides. Think negative 1 over there because it's negative 9 plus negative 1 is negative 10 on that side. Negative 2 times k is negative 2k right there. Hit that right there with a division of negative 2. And negative divided by negative is positive k. Negative 10 divided by negative 2 is 5. K is equal to 5. All right, every problem in this video I did, I undid the addition first, and then I took care of the multiplication or subtraction based on what we learned last week. So here's what I will do. It's going to be a little bit of work. If you would like to start off the next class period with the piece of candy, here's what you do. You bring the rest of the questions that I did not do. You do them and bring them to me. If you show them to me at the start of class completed, all the ones I did not on that paper, you can start your class with a piece of candy. All right, it would be really good practice for you to do with a friend, your parents, or somebody else to support the lesson. And that's what we'll be doing when I see you next. Have a nice day.